I've spotted something that doesn't come around very often. It's a bit different. Ford Ranger Wildtrak Eco Blue automatic. Won it for 14,100, I think.
Ahoy! We've got a quid. Someone's had a dog back here for sure. Is this thing seriously mean?
Hello everyone, welcome back to Jano. Hope you're doing well. Today I am trying to buy stuff online. We love these, don't we? Trying to buy stuff online. But before we get into that, I just want to say I've managed to change my board back here. People do enjoy reading my board, what's written on here. We've surpassed the 70,000 subscribers by now. I don't know what stage we'll be on by the time this video comes out, because it could be a few weeks, but obviously we're getting to the 75,000 where I'm going to give away a free £2,000 Tag Heuer watch. So if you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting on? Anyway, that aside, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed. I am looking at the auctions again today. I'm looking at G3 because it's Thursday. It's their kind of economy sale at Castleford. Of course, I've got Bedford now as well, so I've got extra days for checking stuff out, which is keeping me busy. I love it. I love being able to buy cars. So I've spotted something that doesn't come around very often. It's a bit different, and with the way we're trying to move with buying kind of more desirable, you know, less run-of-the-mill stuff, hopefully with better margins in, I thought, yeah, this could be something that would do well because they are quite popular. So what we've got is a Ford Ranger Wildtrak Eco Blue automatic. So it's a Ford Ranger pickup. It's 2009 and it's on 83,000 miles. Now, that's pretty run-of-the-mill. There's a lot of those about, but this one's had some kind of bad boy customization kit. Someone in the comments the other day said that I'm very behind the times with the term bad boy. I mean, I was born in the 80s, but either way. So it's made by a company called Seeker. So it's got Seeker badges all over it on the wheel centers, on the little side strip, the front grille, back grille, on the side vent things. It's got custom bumpers, it's got a custom roll cage, all that sort of stuff on it. It just, you know, it's just like Action Man's Ford Ranger, basically. And obviously that's very popular. A lot of people want those things. It's like, you know, you've got like, there's a lot of people, it seems, who do these kind of conversion kits. I don't know if they buy all the same sort of stuff from somewhere on these, because there's the DV8, there's Unicorn Rangers or something. Obviously Seeker. I don't know who else, but there's lots of them. They're kind of like, you know, like Urban does all those kind of Range Rover-y things, and maybe Lamborghini, I don't know. Anyway, these people do it. So let's have a look at it. It's all black. That's obviously the look they've gone for. They've gone for sort of de-chromed everything. Black kind of modular wheels. So we've probably would have had alloy wheels, but they've gone with modular steel wheels for the off-roady look. We've got off-road tyres, different front grille, different front bumper. It's got Seeker stuff on the back. We have got a tow bar, which is quite handy. It is only the 2 litre, not the 3 litre. Or 3.2 they do, don't they? Which would have been my preference, but it might suit other people better, you know, if they want something big, but they actually don't want to pay the big fuel bill that goes with it. It looks like, I can't actually see from here, you might see another picture, it looks like they might have a lockable like mounting cover for the back of the thing. It's got some LED lights and stuff on it. It just looks quite cool, doesn't it? I mean, it's a bit chavvy, but it's quite cool at the same time. All black. I cannot let Sophie see this if I win it, because she will just steal it from me right up her street. But yeah, it very much is sort of like Action Man, G.I. Joe type, you know, off-road, I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger type thing. So we've got the interior 360. So it's got the standard, I think, Wildtrak interior. So you've got black leather with orange trim bits on it. Like I said, it's an auto, which is nice. They are like nice things. They've got cruise control. It's probably got heated seats, dual zone climate control, sat nav, all that sort of stuff. So actually, you know, quite a nice modern type car. Just probably not that comfortable to drive because it's, I imagine this, I could be wrong. Someone will tell me I'm wrong now probably. But I'm assuming there's still like a ladder chassis type system. But either way, pickups that are designed to have like half a ton of weight in the back aren't that comfortable to drive when they don't. Judging by, you've probably seen in the previous video, we're in the back of the Navara and my moobs are bouncing around all over the place. Very unflattering. Yeah, so there are a few things. If we look at condition, just trying to show us something there, maybe a mark or something. Scratch there, possibly another scratch on an arch there. Might well polish out. We can certainly make it look a lot better. Bad paint on an arch, maybe. I got a feeling. Oh, that's one thing. Is it did say in its assured report, which we'll look at quickly, everything looks good other than windscreen not to MOT standard, which I assume means it's cracked, and I guess that's what we're looking at there. That big crack. But you know, nothing you wouldn't expect for a pickup truck on 80-odd thousand miles. Bit of a cracking in the seat there, but if we need to, we can get the interior man to sort that out. AdBlue low, no engine start in 320 miles. So I want some pig juice or whatever it is, urea or something, put in there. So we'll do that. But let's talk about price. So it has got service history, I should say, by the way, 2 keys, but it doesn't have a logbook. And it has come from Haydock Finance, so it may have been a repo. That would make it a nice clickbaity title, wouldn't it? Don't know. It could have been just a handback type thing. So it's telling us cap clean, £14,250, cap average £12,700, cap below £10,450, and it's telling us the cap retail is £16,850. That will all be plus VAT because there is VAT to pay on this as well. But it's always prudent to have a look at Auto Trader because the prices can be different. So I've put it into Auto Trader. It's pretty much bang on with what it's saying, cap price, but that can be the way with commercial stuff. Auto Trader may be more in line. They don't offer quite as much pricing information as they do on, you know, cars and stuff. So that's saying 16,869 is the retail price. But very popular, 90 out of 100. But it's not a standard truck, is it? So I think you'll be able to ask a premium because a lot of people would buy these as a standard one, wanting to have it done. If they can buy a completed one, they'll be all over it. A bit like an Audi S5 I bought the other day that was like somewhat modified and all blacked out and whatever. I feel like the right people are going to spot it and they'll just be all over it, be falling over themselves to buy it. So what can usually be a better indicator of how popular they are and how well they're selling is how long other people have them in stock. So 7 days, 21 days, 61 days, 13 days, 21 days. The oldest one is 659 days. Let's have a look at that one. What's that going to tell us? That's another kitted out one. They've been knocking some big chunks off of it, you can see here. Not to give all their information away. So that's a 19 plate. It's also very kitted up and whatever. I can't see. Oh, that's 85,000 miles. So it's very similar to ours. They're at 142%. Now I think I would probably try to sell this at 19,000. I think you might get 20. In fact, should we have a look at? I did pull up earlier. Seeker's own website. You can buy used ones on there. Right, so they have got some here. Looks like this one they got for 22,000 plus VAT. Looks pretty similar. And obviously they do conversions as well, so you can see. I think it must be a Ford Ranger TA. Don't shoot me if I'm wrong, as we all know I'm not that clued up on models of things. From 30k plus VAT. That looks like it, doesn't it? With the same modular wheels and everything. So yeah, I think 19 realistically might be what it sells for, plus VAT to the right person. It does mean we're going to be overpriced, but I don't think it will hang around for too long. So we will see. All these other ones, obviously, if we look at the one that's, what have we got? 22 miles away from Van Base, standard. And I noticed another one really close, 9 miles away in Bridgewater at Somerset Cars, standard. Boring. Probably more sensible, but yeah, they're all standard. So I think if we got this, it would just be something a bit more interesting on the forecourt with the M3, the M5, you know, all the stuff we got out there, the way we're trying to go. So this is going through, like I say, at G3 Castleford. I think I'm going to bid up to 14.5, hoping to get it for 15 all in, plus VAT, then maybe make £4,000 on it, maybe. But the other thing I didn't mention is it hasn't got an MOT. Might also lean itself to being a kind of repo type job, because it's been sat around for a while things get settled off. But either way, I will set up my camera, get ready. It's one of the early lots, lot number 9. We'll see if we can get it bought. Should we ask the Sarcasm Bowl whether we're going to get it? Are we going to win this Ford Ranger? It says don't hold your breath. Won it for 14,100, I think, plus fees. I think that's going to be about 14,600 plus the VAT on top. But I think, you know, to us all in, delivered maybe, bearing in mind it's got an ONT so they can't drive it, they have to load it. Let's say it's going to cost us 15 grand. I reckon we can sell it for 19. But until it gets here, we won't know. So I don't think we're going to send Macaulay to get this one. We might do, but I might just pay them to deliver it because G3's delivery fees are actually really reasonable. So I think I'm going to phone the transport team, see if I can get a quote for that, and we'll join you when either it's being picked up Macaulay or it's being dropped off here. Looking forward to seeing this one, so I will see you soon.
Right, it is finally here. Our Seeker Ranger that couldn't fit on the trailer and we had all the heartache of trying to get it here is now here, and it does look pretty incredible. It doesn't have an MOT, it does have a few issues, so I thought while Toby's off this week, he can't give us any cool cinematics. What we could do is have a look at this thing and kind of show you what it's like in the flesh. Then we'll get Mark to clean it, we'll get it over for its MOT because it hasn't got one, and then Toby will give you the proper cinematics and show you just how cool this thing is. So let's check it out. There it is. It does look, it looks like something out of a movie, this thing. It looks like something the bad guys would be driving. It's pretty mean and menacing, isn't it? So we got different front bumper, which has still got parking sensors in. We've got LED lights on the front there. We've got these massive, like, deep dish modular wheels on here, which have got, what are the tyres? They are Catafours Mud Terrain Land Victor? No, Land Vigata. I don't know, it's something foreign, but basically great big mud pluggers. They've got absolutely tons of tread on there because there's a big kind of like mud thing. This would be quite fun to take off road, I think. We got a Seeker badge thing on the side. Everything's all blacked out. We got the bolt-on style arches. Now you could get these that are like a flush style, but I think this makes it look a bit more like rugged and industrial and cool, isn't it? Side steps, graphic along the side saying Seeker. Then this was the damage that we've got, which I think, I don't know about all of it, but certainly a lot of that is going to polish out. And then I think we've got the lift kit on here, but I don't know exactly. If it's on the back, I might better use the camera to look myself. Normally you'd see maybe a block or something. Don't know. I don't know whether that leaf spring would normally sit underneath the axle and they flipped it around, therefore that gives it a boost. Because it does look, certainly on the back, higher. Don't know on the front. Let's have a little look. I don't know enough about how the system sets up, but I can't say for sure if it's got the lift kit, but I think it has. Someone in the comments who knows these Rangers will no doubt be able to tell us. So we got wind deflectors, rear privacy glass. We've got the Seeker roll bar on the back, and then we've got A, a bed liner, B, we've got some Wild Track mats, but we've also got, it's handy it's got this strap on it because you need it, the mountain top style load cover, which seems to be like spring loaded. Probably not going to be able to unlock it now, am I? There we go. Look at that, it opens itself. It's cool, isn't it? And obviously with a pickup truck you get all these kind of load latches to put all your thing in. Looks like we've just got a regular Ford badge on the back. Don't know whether they had a Seeker one on there and it's been taken off. Seeker graphic on the back there. We've got what looks like a brand new tow bar on the back. Don't know if that would have been fitted when it was converted or whatever, but It looks practically unused. It's not completely unused. Well, it could be. There's just a bit of surface corrosion on there, but yeah, it's in pretty good condition. We've got some surrounds around the rear lights. I don't know if they are standard Wild Track or they're part of this Seeker kit, but it is a pretty imposing thing. It's seriously cool. Everyone is kind of like drooling over this thing, and it's going to clean up really nice as well because it is very sort of dusty and whatever in there. So obviously we've got all our paperwork still on here from when it came from G3, from Haydock Finance. Biggest issue you can see is this massive crack in the windscreen. We have already been on the phone, or Dan has, and ordered us a windscreen, which was 350 quid, and then it does need ADAS calibration as well for the like lane departure type thing. But we may get lucky and we can just change it and it won't have affected it, but we'll know once we've done it. We do have the Seeker badge on the front. Oh, that looks a bit gross. Let me show you. We've got the Seeker badge. We've got their Seeker grille. That's all part of the same thing, which is looks a bit loose there. So we'll check that. Maybe that's just how it fits. But I think we can do better than that. And it looks like they have painted maybe the light surrounds, but it's pretty flaky and horrible. So I think we'll have to do something to address that. Right, let's have a look inside then. We have got 2 sets of keys, including ones for the bed liner and everything. It's quite a smart looking modern key for a Ford. Remote central locking seems to work. Does it work on? It does work on both keys, that's good. And here we are. It does want a good valet inside, same as the outside. But it does look quite cool and modern in here. What have we got? Oh, it's got a squid launcher, look. Yeah, nice leather interior, a little bit worn. So I think what we've got basically is just the standard Wild Track interior, and it's roasting in there. Black vehicle on a sunny day. Rear seats, rear centre armrest. These pickups are never usually the most comfortable of places to be in the back. I'll check that out though. We have got a 230 volt rear socket, as well as a, 12 volt cigarette thingy. I take it our rear bench, I would have thought our rear bench would, okay it does. So that folds up. Oh hey! We've got a quid. Someone's had a dog back here for sure. Look at that. Oh no, it's not a quid, it's a euro. Oh, we've got €1 anyway. It's better than no euro. Little storage thing that side. This is where our is. So yeah, you can hook that up and you've got a bit of load through storage. I assume we can tip these seats down as well. Yeah, that'll be that latch. And then if I fight, oh, apologies for having just whacked the camera. You can fold that down as well, so for whatever reason you want to. You can't really get to anything there, but you know, it is what it is. Let's have a little look on the other side. You can see just how dusty it is. I am very much looking forward to seeing this thing clean. What have we got in the glove box? Some coffee, sugar sachet things. Well, we've got another hook thing for the rear. We've got a she-wee, you know, for the ladies to have a wee. Now that will be for if you want to, because Fords, do you know what, we need to do something specifically when it comes to Fords with selling them, because people open up their fuel cap for the first time once they've bought a Ford from us. They'll take it away and they'll be like, oh, the fuel cap's missing. It's like, no, that's just the Ford design. It's like a self-sealing cap, and there is no cap to be taken off. It just, that's it. But that does make it difficult if you want to use a jerry can to fill it up. So you need to put in your she-wee, and then you can fill it up the usual way. We have got AdBlue, which is a shame, but it's a bit of a pain, the old AdBlue, but to be expected, I guess. Then what have we got here? Service portfolio. Should have a good few stamps in it. Formula One Auto Centres, Seeker when it was done. So it was done by Seeker, 50,000 miles in 2023, only about a year ago basically. I've done a lot of miles since then. Got more spare keys and things. Chuck all that back in there. It is roasting here, but I'm going to have to hop in and we'll have a look at the infotainment and then we'll check the engine out as well. Right, let's fire this thing up so we can get the air conditioning going, which I hope is going to work. That sounds pretty decent. Very familiar Ford chimes. Unit only gives guidance. Safe, lawful vehicle use is a driver's responsibility. Please refer to the manual. That's very American, isn't it? The sat-nav only gives you guidance, but it's up to you to drive the car. Yeah, I would assume that, to be honest. Right, here is... We don't have climate control whatsoever, actually. We've just got air conditioning. So for some reason it's off. I hear the air conditioning clutch kick in. So hopefully we will start getting cool air now. And oh, that's good. Yeah, it's come through instantly. So we know our air conditioning system is good. Is our glasses holder full? No, but it does lock, which is a bonus and is not always the case. Right, it's telling us we've got low fuel. Hopefully you can still hear me okay. There you are, you can see it's 22 degrees currently. Feels hotter. Network connection needed. To complete the system updates, the vehicle should be connected to a Wi-Fi network through the Ford Pass app until the update is... So it needs an update, I guess. No, we're not going to connect to a... What's it now? But quite a modern, smart looking... It looks like it's all touchscreen actually. So... Okay, we can have climate control through here as well. Look at that. Navigation, apps, settings. Quite responsive. It's quite nice. Ambient light. Woo. Oh, okay, so that would be like lighting for around here and things. What colour do we want to go for? Red. We're in some kind of villain's car, aren't we? So let's go with that. Voice control, display. Cool. We do also have heated seats, which we don't want today, but it's nice to have. Let's turn this down actually. I'm concerned you might not be able to hear me. We've got our... So it's two-wheel drive normally, then we've got 4 high, 4 low. It looks like rear diff lock, hill descent, stop start off, traction control, and parking sensors and everything off. What have we got in our... No fridge or anything. Oh, it might have actually. It has. It's not a fridge, but it has got a vent there, which funnels your air conditioning. So if you do want to chill drinks in there, you just pump your air conditioning, and that's quite cool. It's cool that it's got a black headlining. It's just cool, isn't it? Oh, what's it saying there? So it's got the thingy on, which I imagine... Let's see if we can go through our settings and find out what that's about. That could be because our AdBlue is low. I certainly hope it is. So let's have a look through here. Oh, look at that. There's your tachometer. Because it hasn't actually got one other than that digital one, but that's quite cool. And then you can have fuel gauge and temperature on the left with your lane deviation thing in the middle. Digital speedo, tyre pressure, they're a bit all over the place. Average speed, distance to empty, lane keeping, pre-collision, traffic signs. Oh, I can recognise traffic signs. AdBlue status. Okay, yeah, so AdBlue level. It doesn't actually say, does it? No engine start in 324 miles. So if we don't top this up with AdBlue within 324 miles, it won't start again, and it is deadly serious when it says that. That's what they do. So we'll have to get some AdBlue for it as well. It's a shame I can't really take this anywhere because it's got no MOT. I might just drive it down the forecourt just to see what the gearbox feels like. It's very smooth actually. It does feel quite bouncy, like pickups tend to. Got a decent looking reverse camera. So it's nice as well that it's got the line for the tow bar and you can see the tow bar. This is a very good thingy, so I want to get one for another vehicle I've got that I'm going to do some towing with. Because normally, if you've got a view that shows you your actual surrounding background, you don't tend to see the tow bar and vice versa, but you want to be able to see both. If you want to hook up to a trailer, that is a lifesaver. Saving you getting in and out of the car constantly can be a real pain in the arse. So, it does feel very smooth. I'm looking forward to getting out for a proper drive. It actually feels smoother than I expected. I thought it would be a bit more agricultural. I think when we get out on the road it's going to be bouncy because it's designed to have, I don't know what the load capacity for these is. It's normally about half a ton in the bed, but maybe a bit more. They're designed to carry that, so when they haven't got any weight in the back they're a bit bouncy, which can make them a bit of a nuisance to drive. But we won't know until we get it cleaned up, MOT'd, and we'll go out for a test drive and I'll give you my thoughts on it. So I will see you then. Right, so here we are, finally in the Ford Ranger, or the Seeker Ranger. The guys have given it a good valet and they have done the MOT. Now we are free to drive it. This is genuinely my first drive in this truck. I have to say, generally speaking, pickup trucks, they don't drive as well as you'd want them to. They're not, you know, they're not comfortable SUVs. They are kind of agricultural, commercial, ladder chassis type things. Now I don't know if this has got independent rear suspension. I should know, I don't know, but normally they're very bouncy, and this one, having had a body lift and big wheels and tyres, it'd be really interesting to see if it actually is usable as a daily driver, because a lot of times you put like mud plugger tyres on it and it just howls at you as you go along. We will find out. Air conditioning is freezing cold, so that's good. We're doing 30 miles an hour exactly, and there's hints that we might start getting some tyre noise, but it's not bad. I used to have a little Suzuki Vitara that had very strong mud pattern tyres on it, and that would howl at any speed. You can hear them a little bit, but actually it's not obtrusive at all. 9 times out of 10 you can be listening to the radio or music and you would not hear it then. You do feel seriously high in this thing. Which you are, I guess. It's got serious road presence. This 2-litre engine does seem to leave a little bit to be desired. Let's put it into sport mode and yeah, I mean, we're not even doing the speed limit yet. So, I mean, we're not expecting it to be a performance car, are we? But I think the 3.2 would be a nicer engine to have, generally speaking. But I think for your everyday stuff, this would do the trick, and I imagine it's probably a bit more economical than the 3.2 as well. So it is a little bouncy and juddery, but actually surprisingly good compared to our Navara, Nissan Navara MP300. That judders around all over the place. The lads that came down from Transformotion, they had an Isuzu D-Max. And they were rattling their fillings out, bouncing around in that pickup truck as well. This is actually pretty good. Most people probably aren't buying this with the intention of going fast. They probably want to tow, and this will have a towing capacity of 3.5 ton. You won't get any more towing capacity by having the larger 3.2 engine. You might just make it a little bit more pleasurable to do that. But a lot of people buying this with these modifications are probably just wanting to be seen in it. Having a bit of presence on the road. And that it has got in absolute spades. This thing does look seriously mean. I'm intrigued to try out the plus and minus buttons on the side of the gear knob, which I assume is for shifting up and down. I wonder how snappy it is. It's not doing anything at the moment, so do I need to put it into sport? It says it's in sport. If I'm in sport, it doesn't. Oh, it does tell me what gear I'm in. Yes, and I can go up to third. And then fourth. Back down. Changes happen quite quickly, but they are a bit agricultural. It kind of gives you a bit of a... There's not much rev matching going on, so if you just shift up, it gives you a bit of a kick up the arse. Considering what it is, though, it does have very nice light steering. I don't feel like this would be too intimidating to drive. It doesn't even feel as big necessarily or as wide as the BMW 7 Series that I've been driving around recently. You certainly feel high up, possibly higher up than you feel like you ought to. I suppose you feel a bit like you're driving a transit van, but a slightly less wallowy version than the transit van. It does cause some issues coming through lanes like this where all your holiday makers think that they will just come down the middle of the road. I should have a front-facing GoPro really, just to show you. Everyone comes around the corner plenty wide, giving themselves plenty of space, and you come face to face with something like this with massive chunky tyres on and extended arches and excrement comes out of them. This was a bit more hard work getting to us and sorted than I hoped it would be. There was a bit of drama with getting it delivered, and the delivery did sting a little bit, I have to say. But what we'll do is we'll pull up somewhere and I will talk you through how much I have spent on this and how much I think it is worth currently. As we say, it's not an easy one to price. I'll tell you where we've got it priced at the moment and how much I think that should return me. You probably remember better than I do, but our bid was £14,100. On top of that, we paid £44 for an assured report. We paid £419 in bidders fees at G3. We paid £35 for an online kind of bidder fee. And we paid, I think, it was a bit convoluted because you may have seen in other videos, we were going to go and pick this up and get it MOT'd, but that didn't work out time-wise. So I paid for a delivery on another car and we took that instead and swapped it around, and in the end I had to pay about 2 or 3 invoices in order to pay for the delivery on this, and it cost me in total I think it was £619, 620 quid. Now I've put that down here as being 620 plus VAT, but it wouldn't have been. That would have been including the VAT. So my figures are going to be slightly off here. I'll try and adjust them for you now, because that is including the VAT. So let's say it was 620 divided by 1.2 gives us £516 plus VAT. So let's just say it's 520, just for the ease of doing the calculations, so 100 quid less. So delivery then was 520 quid plus the VAT. We had to put a windscreen in. I haven't actually had the invoice yet, but I think the quote was around about 350 quid, which actually I was surprised was not bad at all, which will well be plus VAT. So I make that a total of £15,468 plus VAT, and we currently have this up for £19,995 plus VAT, which seems to be priced well in the market for one of these, which isn't, you know, your average car, so it's hard to price against. that would mean a potential margin of £4,527. That would be gross, not taking into account tax and things like that. But either way, very good. And if we do struggle to shift this, then I think we've got a bit of scope to be able to drop the price. But currently, I don't think we need to. We are getting a fair amount of interest in it. And it's unsurprising, really. I think these are one of those cars that's a bit of an outlier when it comes to your average pricing, because it's a bit one of a kind, isn't it? So that is it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do. We are just in the process of giving away a £2,000 Tag Heuer watch for having reached 75,000 subscribers. You can find a post in my YouTube community. All you got to do is comment tag and you will be in it to win it. Well, you do need to subscribe as well. But fear not, if you're watching this after the 24th of August has passed, which is the deadline for that giveaway, we are going to be doing an even bigger and better one to get us to 100,000 subscribers. So all you got to do is subscribe and you are in it to win it. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time.